You're watching Kenosha Community Television.
Welcome to Gateway Connection, the program that offers an inside look at the people, programs, and efforts of Gateway Technical College to connect with the communities, people, and industry it serves. Gateway Connection.
Good evening and welcome to Gateway Connection. My name is Dawn Maravella, and today we're talking with Zina Haywood, who's our Executive Vice President and Provost at Gateway Technical College. Thank you, Zina, for coming and talking to us today.
I'm glad to be here, Dawn.
And today we're going to talk about some really exciting new opportunities for students. The first one I'd like to talk about is the gas utility program. Can you tell us a little about the gas utility program and why it's such a valuable course of study for students and potential students?
The gas utility program actually came about when people working in the field actually came to us and said, we have a shortage of workers in this industry. So we met with them and talked about the needs, what skills the students would need, and then we put together a program to meet those needs. The program is a 3-semester program, so it's shorter than the regular associate's degree. It's a technical diploma that students would receive. And so what they would be learning to do is to learn the industry. They would learn safety. What they'll be learning is how to install, inspect, repair, and maintain natural gas and propane systems. So that's really what they'll be learning. They'll be learning to check and repair and do all the piping that goes underground and all of those things.
Well, it sounds very exciting that it's a direct response to a need.
Yes.
So it sounds like the potential for the job outlook and the salary outlook sounds quite good.
There are lots of jobs available. In fact, they cannot find the workers, is why they approached us about starting this program. And it's a wonderful opportunity within just 3 semesters. The starting salary is $50,000. For these jobs.
Can you tell us or describe the energy lab facilities as well as the outdoor training lab that's used to simulate a neighborhood area for the students?
This program is housed on the Kenosha campus. It's there because all of our other energy labs are on the Kenosha campus. And so for the gas utility, a lot of the job is actually trenching and doing the piping underground. So behind our Kenosha campus, we've simulated, like you said, a neighborhood area where they would actually be able to do trenching and those types of things out in the field. So we hopefully they'll get the real world experience of what it's going to be like on the job.
What sorts of jobs specifically would a person be able to do once they get this training?
It depends on what they do. Sometimes they're just the person you call when you call We Energies or the gas company when you have a leak. So they would be the people that would inspect leaks, as well as actually inspecting them not only in residential or commercial housing or areas, but also underground when we have to, there's repairs also underground.
Are there any prerequisites that a student needs in order to enter this gas utility program?
No real prerequisites to the program. Another component of it is they will be doing some CDL or commercial driver's license because you have to drive the big trucks. So not only will you be learning all the things around safety and installing gas lines, but also there's some major equipment that you'll have to use, and you'll be trained on that as well.
So there's many skills learned in this program. Oh, it's wonderful. For more information, or if a student wanted to sign up for the gas utility program, where would they go or who would they talk to?
Well, we already have a lot of students lined up, so we're starting this fall. We have a good group of students that are starting, but we still have room. We still have seats in the first cohort. They can visit our website, gtc.edu, and go to programs of study, and they'll see a list of all the courses that are required, and all of the application requirements and everything are right there.
Oh, that's excellent. It sounds really wonderful. I also heard that there's now 3 new types of hospitality management programs available for students. It sounds really exciting. Lots of opportunity. Would you tell us a little about these 3 types of hospitality management?
In the past, prior to this year, we had a program called Hotel Hospitality, and it was really focused on hotel management, But we know from the industry, what we've heard from our advisory committee members is that there's a lot more to that industry now, and we probably need to expand. So that program is now gone away, and now we have what we call hospitality management. And in hospitality management, there are 3 concentrations that a student can do. And they will need to choose whether they want to do hotel lodging, there's food and beverage, and then the third one is tourism and attractions. Oh. And so the difference is if you take the hotels and lodging, you actually learn the hotel management side of the industry. If you do food and beverage, it's more like bar management, managing dining rooms in a hotel, those types of things, and room service, those types of things. If you do the tourism and attractions, it's more of event planning, maybe working at resorts or maybe working at bureaus of tourism for different cities. So those are really the 3 tracks. The difference is a lot of the courses are the same for all 3 of the programs. There are a few courses that are different that are specific to each of those areas. So if you decide to do the hotel and lodging program and you want to add on the bar, the food and beverage piece, it's just like three or 4 courses that you'd have to take in addition to what you already did to get the second associate degree. And these are all applied associate degrees.
Okay, so 2 years. Now, what about certification in each of these programs?
Well, since they are associate degrees, there are some internal certifications that the student could receive, and there are some National Hotel and Restaurant Association certifications that they will get through the program, but they're different for each of the different concentrations.
Well, that's wonderful too, that they would get that certification
right, the industry certification
through the program.
Yes.
Okay. On which campus is this program taking place?
Currently, we're starting on the Racine campus, but many of the courses are online.
Oh, that's
so if
convenient.
you can't travel to the Racine campus, we're starting there, but we may be expanding to other campuses. But we are adding an online component, so students who can't travel to Racine have a way to take courses.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, for more information, would they go to the gtc.edu
Absolutely.
again?
And click on the programs of study, and that program is listed.
And it's starting in the fall?
Yes, starting this fall. A focus on what we call career pathways, where we're trying to take our associate degree programs and put embedded technical diplomas and certificates within those programs for students who want more short-term training. I can come for a couple classes at a time, but we want to give them some credential after taking those courses. So we've done a lot of focus on that. And one of the main areas actually is accounting, where we now have an embedded technical diploma, where if you can take a few courses, you can be an accounting assistant. And then we also have some smaller certificates, even shorter than a technical diploma, where they can be a payroll assistant or a tax assistant. So they can get those pieces and then put those all together and then have an associate's degree in accounting.
Oh, that's wonderful. Which leads us into one of the best opportunities, which is the transfer agreement with Cardinal Stritch University.
Yes. We are expanding our relationship with Cardinal Stritch University in many ways. We have had an articulation agreement with them for a few years, our bachelor's degree moving into their associate degrees, but it's been with specific programs. Recently, we are in contact with their nursing division. We're going to be putting forward an agreement for our associate degree nurses to do a continuation program to their bachelor's program. But the most exciting one I'm most excited about is a new relationship with is a lot more than just an articulation agreement. What we have agreed to is, and actually the ink, they say the ink isn't dry. Well, we actually signed the formal agreement on August 18th.
Yay,
but all the details are done.
That's wonderful.
We are working with their business school, and we have a great business management program, we have a marketing program, we have a lot of programs around business. And so what we have agreed to is to have Cardinal Stritch's bachelor's degree program in business actually run their classes on Gateway campus.
Oh, you're kidding.
So you'll be able to get a bachelor's degree in business at our Kenosha campus.
How wonderful. That's such a
saver. And that's not all. After that, if you finish your bachelor's degree and you have your bachelor's degree in business and you want to get an MBA, Cardinal Stritch will also offer their MBA on the Kenosha campus at Gateway. So you can get an associate degree all the way through an MBA at Gateway Technical College. So we are very, very excited about this new relationship.
Thanks so much for coming and talking to me
today.
You're
welcome.
Please stay tuned. We're going to see a video on pharmacy technician and then talk again with Jane Herring and Zina Haywood.
So we did our math and we found out how many milliliters are we going to draw into the syringe.
The first one's 10.
Okay, so we'll do 10. Make sure to hold it completely vertically. So the pharmacy technician program at Gateway Technical College is a program that prepares students for the workplace in the field of pharmacy technician. It gives a good mix of in-class activities, simulated activities, and then you get to go out into the workplace and try out all your skills on the job. So pharmacy technicians are really an integral part of the healthcare team. They work under the direct supervision of a pharmacist, and they essentially can do just about everything that pharmacists can do. They're helping patients, they're delivering medications. The technicians are at the front of the line helping patients every day.
I wanted to do something in the medical field. I like helping others and being there for other people in need.
Medicine is really interesting to me, and I love to work with people, so I just think that it's something that I'm pretty decent at.
The pharmacy technician program at Gateway Technical College covers a variety of coursework. So the students are going to be learning pharmacology, different applications that are relevant to the business of pharmacy. They're going to be learning how to prepare medications in a sterile environment. Push it all back into the metal and then draw it again, and that should solve the problem.
We do a lot of hands-on activities, and we do labs, and it's just you're actually learning things that you're going to be using on the job.
You get the full experience as if you were in the pharmacy, mixing drugs, putting the labels on, doing the computer, and it's like a real life scenario.
They get experience in pretty much everything that a tech is going to be doing on the job. So they're really learning by doing. And then we would take our vial and pour a product directly into the vial that's all set. The pharmacy technician program at Gateway prepares you for entry-level jobs as a pharmacy technician. Once you're on the job, there's all different specialties that you can choose from. You're also prepared to take the certification exam, and being certified as a pharmacy technician gives you a lot more opportunities for different jobs in the workplace. It's a growing field, and it's a very rewarding and exciting career.
Right now, I really want to work in a hospital. There's medication reconciliation, and I thought that was really interesting.
After I'm done with the program, I'm going to get certified, and then I would like to work in a hospital. It gives me the opportunity to help people, and that's why I went to school for pharmacy technician.
And welcome back to Gateway Connection. We had a little bit of a switcheroo. Thank you, Dawn, for talking with Zina about all the exciting programs that we have coming on. And then you heard a little bit about our pharmacy tech program, which also was one of those programs that in response to our employers, we altered a little bit, similar to hospitality. And now we're right back there in a very quick manner, responding to our employers' needs.
Absolutely.
And that's pretty exciting. And now we're going to be talking about a program, Zina, that I know is very near and dear to your heart as it is to mine. And that's really responding to our community needs and our individual needs. And that's the Gateway Promise.
Yes.
Can you explain in a very overview fashion first what we're trying to accomplish with that?
What we are trying to accomplish is getting high school students to think about college earlier and to actually think that it's possible. Even in 2016, we think everyone knows about college, everybody knows that it's a necessity, but that's not true. And a lot of people, even if they know that, don't think it's possible. So that's for them. So that's what the Gateway Promise is all about. What it involves is 3 years of tuition free at Gateway Technical College. That's one piece of it. The biggest piece of it is all the support they'll get to guarantee success. is really what the program is about. So you don't have to worry about the tuition. We'll put in the last dollars that you need after financial aid, and we will give you all the support that you need for the program.
I know that Gateway is really a national leader in coming up with programs that really provide that. I hesitate to use the word hand-holding, but it really is a partnership with students to ensure their success. We've done it with our boot camp training, we do it with our learning success programs, and now you're taking it to another level with the Gateway Promise. Maybe you can address that.
Our thought is to empower students to be successful. So they have to learn what to do. We'll teach them how to do it, and then we'll send them off to do it on their own, but we'll be that support that they know they can come to. Sometimes for students, it's just knowing that if I do have a problem, who I can go to. So part of this program will be case management. Part of this program will be helping them to secure success by coming to a three-week bridge program before they start in the fall. So if they need remediation in some areas, we'll help them through that through the summer, and perhaps they can start on a post-secondary level in the fall. So, and they'll meet their faculty, they'll visit all the campuses to see what all the options are available. So they'll meet their advisor. So they'll have a leg up in the fall because they've been here in the summer. So it's about giving that support, things that we know will help students be more successful.
And I know you want to make it clear too that these are services we provide all of our students.
Correct.
But in this case, it's really embedded in that cohort group of Gateway Promise students.
Right. It's embedded. It's a requirement for our students. Some of the things that we have optional for other students are going to be requirements for the students. We know from research, we did a lot of research when we put this program together, that students who participate in activities on campus are more engaged and are more likely to persist and complete their studies. So part of this program, students are required to do so many student support programs, workshops. They have to participate in either student government or study abroad or service learning, something to keep them engaged beyond their studies, or even they can be co-curricular things that they can do. But we know that supports students, so that's why we're making it a requirement for these students.
So let's take a little step backward and talk about the eligibility requirements and how we're launching this program, because it's coming up really quick where it becomes reality.
Yes, well, we launched the program in February of this year, and prior to that we took about 6 to 9 months to actually put the program together. So the eligibility requirements are a high school student,
senior year?
Senior year. So students who are seniors this year, 16, 17, are the first group that are eligible for the program. So the program will actually start next fall of 17. They have to have a 2.0 after their junior year. They have to have a 16 on the ACT. They have to come to Gateway directly out of high school, and they have to live in our district. So that's pretty much the requirements. And there's also a financial requirement. They have to have a family contribution of $3,000 or less as calculated by the free application for federal student aid.
And that's something that anybody who is considering college at all should fill out anyway.
Right, whether you want grants or loans or whatever,
FAFSA.
You have to do the FAFSA form. And then you get a family contribution as calculated by the federal government, $3,000 or less, and you can be you're eligible for the program. In fact, we have an intent form right now out on our website. So if you want to go to gtc.edu/promise, you'll see a button for an intent form. And students as young as 9th graders this coming year can fill out that intent form, and we will keep you informed as you go through high school and remind you of things that are happening, tell you about new programs that are available, so you'll be ready when you get up to be a senior. Also, with that, filling out that intent form, you also will get a waiver for the application fee.
And that's always a plus.
Yes.
Anything you can save, plus it qualifies you for dollar support as a Promise student.
Absolutely.
As they say, win-win.
Yes.
No, it's just so incredible. So high school seniors, let's say you have one of our viewers has a student who's about to be a senior in any of Kenosha, Racine, or Walworth high schools. What should they be doing right now?
What they should be doing right now is take a look at what their GPA was after their junior year. Make sure you have a 2.0. Starting in September, we'll be accepting applications. So you apply for admission to Gateway. You also need to fill out that intent form that I mentioned. And you can do the intent form now. Do that first, because then you'll get the waiver for the application fee. So right now, what you need to do is do the intent form. Then in September, do the admissions application. Then in January is when you'll start to do your financial aid application.
And that's when you're really getting the ball rolling as a Promise student.
Absolutely.
Then it's
Right.
You're heading into the gate.
Right. You have to have your admissions application completed by February 1st.
Okay.
So you have until September to February 1st to do that admissions application, and then we will notify all students in March, because you have until March 1st to do your financial aid application.
Oh, yes.
So during the month of March, we notify those students who are eligible, and then in May, we'll bring you in for a kickoff event where you'll get registered, meet your advisor, and get started on your pathway to success.
And then they'll get the information about the Bridge program,
Correct.
and that's going to happen over the summer, I think in August?
March. July 31st to August 8th, I'm sorry, March. July 31st to August 18th.
Okay, and the Promise students will know that ahead of time, so
Yes.
they'll know that that's where they have to be. And
Yes.
I've seen you're more than a year out, and you have every moment of every day planned
Yes.
out, and it's all wonderful activities. And I think, oh my gosh, you hear about some of the new student orientations at any college, whether it's a 2-year or 4-year. This is so above and beyond all of that. It almost guarantees success.
Yes, that's our goal. That if there's also research that shows as much as you can front load for students before they start, the more successful and the more they'll persist through their education. So we're trying to give them as much information up front as we can before they even start.
One of the things that I think is important to mention, and perhaps you're listening to the program and you're thinking, wow, this is a great opportunity for our community, and you're thinking about some of those special people you know perhaps in your neighborhood, and they don't consider college at all as being something that they personally could partake in, whether it's financial, whether it's that kind of support you're talking about. This is a program that can really change their lives, and it's not taxpayer supported, and I think that is key.
Right. It does not affect our budget per se, except for the salaries of people who are working. All of the funding for the tuition and all this other things that students will receive is through private donors, through the Gateway Technical College Foundation. And they have raised money for at least the first 3 years of this program and beyond. And we're still looking for continued funds so we can have this go on forever.
If people want more information about it, the best place to go,
gtc.edu/promise.
We could say it together and sing, but it truly is a terrific way to go.
Yes, I am very excited about the program.
Well, we'll come back in a couple of moments to talk about one or two other things, but first, let's learn more about our Supervisory Management program. You were talking about how fabulous our business programs are, and the articulation agreements they have with UW Parkside, now with Stritch. I mean, it's such a fabulous opportunity, and Supervisory Management is one of those
business
programs. So let's find out a little bit more about that.
So what we're talking about here is making sure why we set goals, okay? Because it's just a dream unless you write it down, then it becomes a goal. So what we're
Supervisory Management program is one that's designed for working adults and geared towards students who are looking to gain the skills and practical application to move them on to the next supervisory role in their career. The core classes in our program are leadership, supervision, and customer service, then lead into human resource management, legal issues for supervisors, and project management. We also focus on the skills necessary for leaders to move on to the next step.
The reason why I chose the Supervisory Management program It's because most of my career life I have been in lead programs, and I wanted to learn how to do it the proper way. The program is based in stop thinking as an employee and look at the whole picture and think as a manager and be the best manager you can be.
The purpose of this program is to move you toward this mindset, the manager's point of view. The focus of our courses is not to give exams to our students. We have minimal exams. What we do is we provide opportunity for demonstrations for the gain and mastery of skills. One of those is learning situational management with individuals, and that's a project that you will do in one of your first classes.
The good projects are great because it gives you hands-on training opposed to taking tests and just reading a book. These are real-life projects that we work on.
One thing that sets our program apart and Gateway on a whole is that we focus on the practical application of the skills you need in your job. We add in theory, where in other schools you're going to learn mostly theory. So I think the combination of the two is a great balance and is focused on the skills the students need.
So start talking like a manager, doing your manager's job, and pretty soon it's going to be more enjoyable to go to work.
A typical student in our program would take either our entire program as an associate's degree, or they would take a specific section of our classes known as internal certificates. We offer 4 internal certificates, and within those internal certificates we have national certifications as well.
By earning some of the certificates, this program has helped me advance in my career. I have now better job opportunities than what I had before I started taking this program.
We really focus on learning by doing. The demonstrations that you do in our program are items that you can put onto your portfolio along with all of your certifications. This will build a tool you can use to get that next job, and you will be well equipped and well prepared for that next step.
So we've talked about a lot of cool things
Yes.
with Gateway, and as usual, we're changing to meet everybody's needs, but we're excited about it, and we can talk all we want, but you've got some interesting figures that back up that we're doing the right thing.
Yes, we did a student satisfaction survey fall of 2015, coming up the first part of our year we just completed, so just a few months ago. And we surveyed over 1,100 students and over 90 questions. And Noel Levitt's is a nationally normed survey, so we have information on how we do relative to other two-year colleges, how we did relative to our last survey, which we did in 2011. There are 3 main questions that they call the overall questions that cover the survey. And we had some really fabulous results from those 3 questions. And it really speaks to, like you said, you and I think, the college is great and we're doing the right thing, but what do the students really think that are actually attending the college? So the first question is, so far, how has your college experience met your expectations? And our overall results were better than I expected. So even though we think we're putting out these wonderful things, they're even received even higher level from the students' perspective than we anticipated. The second one is, what is your overall experience? And our response was satisfied. So we are meeting their expectations and they're satisfied with what they're getting. And then the third question, which is the one I think is the most important of all in all, if you had to do it over again, would you enroll here? And our response was 6 out of a 7-point scale. So we are very excited about what we're doing and how our students are perceiving what we're doing. So if you don't care about what I think about the college, perhaps you'll care about what our students think.
Exactly, and I can't think of a better way to end our discussion today with those great figures. So thank you, Zina, for joining Dawn and me today on Gateway Connections, and
You're
thank
welcome.
you for joining us as well. And if you have more questions, please see our website at gtc.edu.